I forgot how long it would take till November rolls around, so... Alright, so I know I said that I'd make one big video including all three of the Squiffer kits, but that's going to take a while for all of them to come out, and I'll be able to go more in depth on how to play each one specifically. Also, if you enjoyed the video or it's helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps a lot, and it pushes me to make more content. So I will be glossing over a lot of the general stuff I had in my other Squiffer guide, so if you want a bit of a better explanation on some of that stuff, I'll leave a link in the description to my original one for Splatoon 2, because a lot of it does translate. Okay, so, to start off, Squiffer is a support Slayer flex, meaning that it'll play a supportive playstyle most of the time, but it has the ability to play aggressively really well. It has great mobility in that it can charge full speed in the air, making it able to rotate and kite while painting and applying pressure to the enemy team. Squiffer is also the shortest range charger in the game, while full charging and tap shotting, outranged by the GooTuber and Bamboo. Before I go into positioning, I'd like to mention that there are a ton of guides on just positioning in general, and I suggest that you go watch those before taking my advice on it. Anyway, Squiff is somewhere in the middle of a frontline and a midline weapon, leaning more on the midline side. When looking for a good position to hold or push, as a charger, you generally want to be on a high ground, but when that isn't available, you can position behind cover. While being behind cover, as long as the wall or object is to your left, you have something called the right-hand peek advantage. This allows you to peek while barely exposing yourself to being shot from the front. Before I go more into the weapon kit, I'd like to mention that Squiff is really good at capitalizing off of the squid roll and surge because of its ability to charge full speed in the air. Do abuse that as much as possible. Alright, now I can get into the weapon kit and how you play around it. The classic Squiffer's kit is Point Sensor, the actual worst sub in the game, second only to Sprinkler, and Big Bubbler, a special that is insanely good for the weapon. Point Sensor sucks, but it does what it's supposed to, mark enemies. You can throw it into a choke point, or where you think an enemy might be for an extra sense of security, but that's basically it. It's very self-explanatory. Big Bubbler, on the other hand, has a ton of depth to it. Take this clip example. I get a pick, move up, and take space safely with the Big Bubbler, and used my range to pick off the last three, getting a quad. And in this example, you can see us trying to push the tower, but most of my teammates go down, so I'll put my Big Bubbler on top of the tower after getting a pick, so therefore forcing them to either shoot the Big Bubbler, not focusing on me, or to force a 1v1. I won't get into all the examples on where and how to use Big Bubbler here at least, so let's move on to gear. With this game only being out for a month or so, most of the people, including with other weapons, don't exactly know what type of gear they want to run on it, including me for Squiffer. A lot of the time I'm just running like whatever looks cool on my character. So as of right now, I don't have a solid build and I'm still figuring out what to use on Squiffer. My current build is a main of Swim Speed, 2 of the 3 utility subs, 1 sub of Ink Recovery and Special Saver, and a main of Special Charge. The rest can be whatever. You can look on Sendu.ink for other builds that people are using right now. I'll leave a link to that also in the description. The only other thing I want to mention before I end the video is that the current top NA Squiffer player, Leotos, has quit the game, and you won't be able to watch them for high-level professional, since I'm only Div 5 as of right now, but I'll try to improve and put out good content and just teach other people how to play Squiffer because it's a very fun weapon. Totally not the Wario of Splatoon right now. Alright, that's all for me, and I'll see you in the next one.